in Afghanistan, and one government controls the entire country. This presents a unique opportunity to stabilize Afghanistan and build sustainable peace. The international community can achieve that by engaging with Afghan authorities, unfreezing Afghanistan's financial reserves, and reviving reconstruction and sustainable development of Afghanistan. It is imperative that the international assistance to Afghanistan is scaled up to help address the humanitarian and economic crisis faced by the Afghan people and contribute to their socio-economic well-being. It is also incumbent on the Afghan authorities to positively respond to the expectations of the international community with regard to inclusivity, human rights, including women's rights and girls' education, and the threat of terrorism. Pakistan will continue its efforts in support of the fraternal Afghan people as part of our commitment to a peaceful, stable, and prosperous Afghanistan. Distinguished participants, Pakistan is a responsible country, striving for peace, prosperity, and connectivity in the region. In principle, Pakistan is also ready to consider East-West connectivity to help address challenges of poverty and underdevelopment in South Asia. For that, we obviously need a willing partner that demonstrates good faith and is committed to creating an enabling environment for meaningful engagement. Unfortunately, we face a toxic mix in India, an extremist ideological regime which thrives on anti-Muslim hate and hostility with Pakistan, and will do anything to retain its predominantly Hindu electoral support base. The recent firing of a supersonic missile by India into Pakistan's territory reflects India's disregard for aviation safety as well as regional peace and stability. This incident is consistent with India's irresponsible conduct. It must be addressed by the international community, including the UN Security Council. Despite provocations, Pakistan continues to act with maximum restraint and responsibility. It is evident that durable peace, security, and development in the region hinge on a peaceful and just resolution of the long-standing Jammu and Kashmir dispute. India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th of August 2019 in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, accompanied by unabated repression of Kashmiris, have seriously undermined the prospects of peace. India must halt violations of human rights and fundamental freedoms in IIOJK, reverse its unilateral and illegal actions, including the demographic changes in the occupied territory, and implement the UN Security Council resolutions which guarantee the Kashmir's right to self-determination through a free and impartial plebiscite under UN auspices. India must also rethink its policy of fomenting destabilization in Pakistan and embrace a progressive agenda that can benefit the entire region. The onus remains on India to create an enabling environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the recent events in Ukraine reflect a failure of diplomacy. We believe that all efforts must be made for the immediate cessation of hostilities to avoid further loss of life and to address the humanitarian situation. The current situation is posing an unprecedented threat to international peace and security and global economic stability. Prices of energy and food commodities in the international community, in the international market, have skyrocketed. Supply chains have been disrupted to the detriment of developing countries. Pakistan has maintained a principled and non-partisan position on the matter. We have consistently emphasized the fundamental principles of the UN Charter, including non-use and threat of use of force, respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states, and pacific settlement of disputes. We've also reached out and maintained contact with all sides. Pakistan has also sent humanitarian assistance to Ukraine, country with which we have our friendly and cooperative relations. We believe that a diplomatic solution through dialogue and negotiation is indispensable and must be pursued as a matter of priority. I'm glad that the recently held OIC Foreign Ministers Conference in Islamabad also adopted a similar approach. The OIC ministers urged both sides to engage in a meaningful dialogue and expressed willingness to facilitate it. And by the way, I had the opportunity of discussing this with State Councillor, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and Foreign Minister Lavrov when I was in China just 2 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the world has seen the ravages of war. Polarization and power projection has only brought catastrophic consequences for humanity. The quest for human security and the fight against climate change, environmental hazards, and pandemics demand integrated international efforts. Zero-sum perspectives must be shared. We need to focus on cooperation rather than confrontation. Pakistan is committed to peaceful coexistence and cooperative multilateralism for win-win outcomes. Pakistan's outlook and trajectory are fundamentally transformed. While confident of our security and defense capabilities, our priorities are increased trade, investment, energy security, tourism, and people-to-people exchanges. Pakistan will continue to support an equitable and inclusive global order where no one is left behind. We strive for a world of peace, progress, and prosperity, in which benefits of development are shared by all. I thank you.
शाह महमूद قریشی जाम सलामती के मौजू पर 2000 इस्लामाबाद सिक्योरिटी डायलॉग से खिताब